Hello, Michiko here and welcome back to another video with me. And as you can see, we are doing something kind of different today. So I'm on this Norwegian site called Finn, which translates to find, and you can basically find anything here. Maybe you want a new house, then you can find it here, and you can basically find any house in the whole country. So every site that kind of sells a house, they collect it and I put it on this site, so it's easier for people to like find, which is super neat. You can also rent. This is also where I found my apartment through Finn. And you can, if you want a boat, perhaps you can find it here. You want a car, you want to travel, you can even do that here. Maybe you want a job, you can do that here. Or maybe you need a new dog, or I don't know, need a haircut or something like that. It's basically anything, which is real. It's a really nice site, and you can sell your own furniture. Like if I want to sell something, I can go in here and I can sell it. Pretty easy, which I actually have done. I sold the game once. But anyway, so the thing I was planning to do was to find homes and build it in Sims actually. So I guess I'll build anything from high-end to poor looking houses. And I think I'm gonna start kind of easy. My internet is super slow, as you can see. But yeah, I'm gonna find a house, and I know what house I wanna actually get to, if it will let me. So I'm gonna go from like a low price to high price, so I can get the cheap one. And this house, I wanna build this house. To be honest, I actually wanna buy this house in real life. I really like it. Come on, load, please. Internet. My PC is trash. My internet is trash. Everything here is trash. For real though. It's just a picture. Thank you. So I'm gonna build this house in Sims, and at first I was like, there's not actually a lot of pictures. But then I found you have like the where it tells you about everything about the house and stuff, and yeah, I did find some. The basement ain't looking nice. It's pretty bad. And then you have like where you get into the house, the hallway or what you call it, with a staircase there, and some, I don't know, rooms. So here are some more pictures of the inside of the house. So I'm gonna try and build it in Sims. So I'm gonna like build it kind of bad in the start, like you see, and then I'm gonna like fix it. So it's a fixer up thing, and I think it's gonna be fun. And I will do it as like a series. So this is just the first, and I will do more. But I want to try and find some apartments or houses that actually have a floor plan, because that will help a lot with the building. But anyway, I'm just gonna head into Sims now. I went with a property in Glimmerbrook, and I started with just cleaning out the property. And the reason why I went with Glimmerbrook is because I felt like that matches the Norwegian nature the most, in a way. And yes, it's a speed build, because you guys don't want to sit around for 6 hours watching me do a slow ass build where I do a lot of mistakes, or me just being clueless because I don't really know what I'm doing. It also took me 2 days. I started building it, and then I went to bed, and then I went back to building it when I woke up. So it's been alright. I did struggle a lot with the front entrance of the house, because I didn't really like it. But I just had to settle down and go with what I did in the end. But I did cut out a huge part of that where I struggle, because you don't need to see that. So I had 6 hours of footage that I needed to edit, and I managed to get it down to like less than 19 minutes, which is super nice. But here you can see that I struggle a lot with the wall, because I didn't really find a lot of, there's not a lot of options. Same with the windows, because the windows are just wrong, and the window below, or the window up should be different than the window below. But I didn't find anything that would fit, so I just went with the same windows. But it's really hard when you actually have a picture that you try to work from in Sims, because you don't really have a lot of options. There's not a lot of walls to use, a floor to use, or roof to use, so you are super limited. So you just need to work with what you get, or what you got. And here you can see that I'm just putting out a lot of grass and flowers, or mostly weeds, to be honest, just to make it look like it's been standing, or the house has been standing there for a long time and no one's been living there. So nature is just taking over. I also changed the wallpaper on the outside later on, but I don't think I'm showing that. But I went with one that looks a bit more dirty, I guess you could say. I'm now just figuring out the staircase of the house, and then I start building the walls, trying to divide the house. I didn't have floor plans, so this was super hard. Probably won't do another house if I don't have floor plans, because I'm gonna save myself of that struggle. I did go back and forth a lot during this build, but at least when I started doing new furniture, I tried to focus on one room at a time. But I still went back and forth a little bit, because you start doing one room and then you see something that would fit another room, so you take that item to the other room to place it. I did that a lot. I did cut out those parts just so I'm not flying around. It's like when you take a camera and you shake it. That was me when I did the building. I did struggle a little bit with the flooring though, since I kinda knew how I wanted them, but I didn't really get there because I didn't really find the right floor for it. But I think the wallpaper in the living room was very good, to be honest. And I also put in some, I don't know, simple curtains in every room. I think I put them in every room. I just changed the color a little bit. And here is the finished house. And yeah, you can see that I changed the walls. And I also show the inside. I think I should have taken pictures, to be honest. But yeah, I just did like a camera thing, showing you guys kind of quick. I think I should have taken pictures, maybe. I do change the layout of the house a bit later, but mostly on the top floor, or actually only on the top floor. And here I already changed the wallpaper for 2 bricks on like the lower half. I didn't really show that. And I also had changed the entrance, but I do change it again. I did a lot in darkness, and I don't really know why. But yeah, you'll see that I am building a lot in the dark. I like the dark though, but yeah. I'm doing the front of the house, and I'm putting out some road, and then I'm doing some trees and stuff like that. But I didn't like the first trees I put out, so I changed them. And I also put out some lights, but my front is gonna change a little bit through the video. And I also changed the tree in the front to this really nice tree with lights in. And I changed back to night because of the light. I wanted to see how that looked in nighttime. And they look real nice. I also did a backyard type of thing. I'm doing a pool, mostly because I want a house with a pool. And this was supposed to, or the start of the house is actually a house I would really like to buy. I like the layout of the house. I don't really know how it looks inside out. I don't think I would personally do the house like this if I actually bought the house and could fix it. But it's kind of cute. It's kind of growing on me. But I would totally have a pool. I really want a house with a pool, and you don't really see a lot of pools in Norwegian houses. I don't know why. Do people not like pools? Is that why, or is it hard, or is it maybe it's like super expensive to have a pool? Not that building a pool is cheap though, but I would think more people had pools, to be honest. But yeah, I would love a pool, and I want a pool so bad. Every time I take a shower, I'm just dreaming of a pool, to be completely honest. But yeah, I decided to also put in fences around just to make it feel a bit more private, which I would like in a house. I don't want neighbors to watch me. I like to have things private, or at least in my home. So I would like a big fence around, like my property from my yard. And I kind of like my cozy backyard. It's not big though, but it's kind of cute. I'm putting some plants around the trees since the floor was kind of harsh around there. I also put some more plants in the backyard. And on the inside, I started with the living room. You kind of walk into the living room. I don't really like that because usually when you walk into a house, you walk into an entrance or an entrance room, and then that entrance hallway thing takes you to other rooms. But I didn't really have that in my house, so I put out kind of a divider thing just to make it feel like it's different rooms. I think in America that it's more normal to walk straight into a living room or something like that, but that is very strange. We don't have it like that here. We also don't wear shoes inside our house, and that should really not be a thing to do, because why would you take the filth from the outside and spread it around your home? I will never understand. And for a kitchen, I started out with black, but I did a lot of black, and I didn't really feel it. It was just, I don't know, black. It felt a bit soulless, I guess. It didn't have a lot of personality, and I would like a little bit of personality in my house. So I did change the kitchen a lot, but I mostly just changed the colors of every item that was already there. I put a lot of warmth into it. But I did that off camera. I also put in a wallpaper, which I think looked very nice. And I also added some pictures. And that's kinda all that I put in. But you will see when I show you guys at the end of the video. And as for the back room, or the staircase room, I don't really know what you call it. I did it as a cozy TV room, somewhere you can just relax, watch some TV shows or whatever you like to watch. But I later on thought that it would probably be better as a washroom, because I don't have a washroom in my house. I kept a semi-yellow feel to the room. I just changed it to a paint job or wallpaper or what it is. This is also the room where you can access the backyard. But I think the house has a cellar as well. I didn't do that, I just skipped that. So I guess the house should have 3 floors, but since I skipped the cellar, I only have 2. But I'm kinda happy that I only have 2, because that means less work. At first I didn't think the skateboard would, I don't know, match the room or the aesthetic of the room, but the colors you could choose, it really fits. And I'm now working on the upstairs, so I'm changing a bit the layout, because it was kind of strange that you needed to go into one room to get to another room, and I wanted to have them divided, or that you could get into every single room from the hallway situation I got there. I also put out some stuff just to see what I have and what I would like to use. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to use this room for, so I guess it's just another chill room with a bar, so I guess it's not really that chill. And I also decided to have my closet, or everyone's closet, in the hallway here. I also did a small painting area in the end of the hallway that you will see later. I put in lights in every room at the end, so you don't see that I actually put in roof lights. My bathroom is, I would say, it's very nice. It feels very clean and elegant in a way. I feel like I'm a house. It's going through something. It's kind of confused. Every room feels kind of different, but I I like every room, but it doesn't feel like the same house in a way, I would say. I started out thinking that I would do the inside in black and white like the outside. Then I didn't really like it like that. I wanted color, and I'm really into blue and orange, or blue and yellow at the moment. And you can really see that in this house. So it's a lot of black and white and like blue and yellow around my house. But I really like the bathroom though. I also managed to put out a mirror that I made big, and it's kind of floating in the air. You can see it at the end of the video. I didn't notice the flying mirror, but I didn't really notice it until I was doing pictures and stuff of my finished house, and I was like, what is that in the sky? And it's a big mirror that I managed to place there for some reason. I'm using some custom content in my builds, not much. I prefer to just use what you get. And yeah, I know you can download a lot of custom content if you need specific things, but I also like what you get in game. I would like it to match. It feels weird when you get something that is realistic and use it with like Maxis match you get where you get your cartoony style. It doesn't fit very well. I had been editing the video for a really long time, and I actually managed to delete a lot of the video, so I had to re-edit it all, and I used like 10 hours, and then I had to use another 10, so I guess I've been using 20 or around 20, and that really sucked, but I got through it. You see that I'm using a lot of custom content here with the paint supplies. I don't usually use a lot of custom content for my builds, since I prefer to use what you get in game. But yeah, your option is very limited. So I understand why people would use custom content, but I personally don't really like how they look in game. You get a lot that is Maxis match, and they look really good. So those are nice though. But I don't really like the ones that look very realistic. But for my sim, I used a lot of custom content on my sims. But I've gotten really into building in the sims lately. I would never build in the sims, I would just play. But now I'm like, I think I like building more. This has been a really fun video to make, and I hope you guys also liked it, and if you did, then please comment so I know if you want to see more Sims, or if you have any other games you would like me to play, then also please let me know. My next Sims video at least will be a bit easier than this one. And I'm now just showing you guys the outside of the house, and I filmed that, and when you get inside I just took pictures. And the reason behind that is that I didn't like the pictures I had taken of the outside of the house, but I didn't like what I filmed of the inside, and that's why I'm using pictures. And I think I did a really good job on the pictures though. I like the pictures, and I hope you guys liked my build and would like to see more of me building in The Sims. And if you want to see more from me, then please hit the subscribe button, or if you don't want to see me anymore, then don't subscribe, just leave. But yeah, I'm gonna see you guys in another video, so take care, goodbye, Michiko out.